Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it is 4th verse, 10th chapter.
Hare Krishna. Good morning.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Tirumala Mataji. Gaurav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay. Let's get started. And we offer our prayers. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Śrī Guru Śrī Yuta Padakamalan Śrī Guru Vaishnavamscha Śrī Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadhutam Parijanna Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Śrī Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Śrī Vishaka Anvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, welcome to our systematic study of Vedic Scriptures. We are systematically reading through Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 10. This is what we are now in, and due for reading verse 4, 5. Before that, I would like to maybe reiterate. Yeah. So, what is that? I would like to say that these chapters are very, very special in itself. Why? Because these are telling about the Lord's opulences. And when we know about the Lord's opulences, one second. When we know Lord's opulences, there might be a sense of uneasiness sometimes that to accept, because one may come to a platform that one may say that, okay, I can accept Lord. Yes, I can accept it. He belongs to Hinduism. I accept Lord. Maybe he belongs to Christianity, or I accept. But who is that Lord? And then again, there are so many segregations, classifications, school of thoughts, and different. And then what it can happen is that when it comes to knowing one personality a lot, then we may start tending to think, okay, how is it possible? No, I know from my childhood, I know from my parents, I know from my studies, I know from my hobby or entertainment when I was watching about the religion. mm, We 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 are basing our analysis and even conclusions that so and so is the supreme. And when we are now talking about Krishna, then it may happen that okay, why is that when no other god has said that I am this, I am that, I am this, why Krishna alone said, mm, this may be this may be a very strong urge that is coming out inside our heart. This could be because of two reasons, but yeah, we'll discuss that later. But what I want to say is, yeah, there is a huge difference between visibility and show off. When someone is showing off, there is visibility. When one is expressing, explaining, or proving, there is also visibility. Now the question comes to us, yeah, because we are coming from a very humble culture, and from this humble culture, it's always that, no, yeah, whenever even, yeah, we see that if someone has to do some work, they say first do the work, then speak, not speak and then do. So we are of a shy nature. Of course, not only we, there are so many cultures that are grown up like that. But then there are some people who come out and express, and yeah, we know. And then there is a classification of extrovert, introvert, and ambivert, and yeah. But irrespective of the our own personalities, the truth is always same. The truth is absolute truth. It doesn't change because we have a different thought. It doesn't change because we don't like it. Just like the nature of a fish, yeah, it will not change just because we don't like the fishes inside the water. Yeah, we want that fishes be outside, then they just die. So there is dharma just like us. Every being has a dharma that he is eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. Whether we like it or not, we have to accept it. Even in our own material life, we see that we want to be masters, but in every moment, if we really evaluate, in every moment we are serving. Even if we are not serving anyone, we are serving our own senses. So in that way, we are servants. So that is what is our eternal dharma. So similarly, there is dharma, the supreme dharma, that the Lord is appearing directly speaking, and we have to understand that the Lord has no benefit, because if we see the circumstance of Bhagavad-gītā at the time when it was spoken, then the time was not that there was a competition who can prove they are great, or it was not a competition to show that there was a competition, yeah, in the sense like, okay, who is supreme? No, there was a crisis. We all know that Arjuna had a crisis because of not seeing the duties of oneself, whether it could be within the limits of Sanatana, within the limits of Varna ashrama, or even beyond that. And then Krishna is explaining that, and in that he is not showing off that I am everything, huh? Or he's not falsely claiming a position that I am everything, but he's actually saying, so that we can understand that the Lord is so opulent, and all these what we are enjoying, it is because that he is sharing such opulences for our happiness, hmm, through this form of material world and all the elements in it. So there are two ways. Again, I'm sorry, before we enter into mm, the chapter reading. So there are two kinds of people. If one, hello, if one goes to what do you call it? Any soft skills trainings or personality development courses, I don't know, maybe you may have come across that two ways of seeing the same thing or two ways of moving from the same thing. Yeah. When one is put in a situation, where a person who is on a positive attitude, yeah, he would take it as a positive challenge and want to change and improve. That is what is called parivartan. Parivartan means, yes, I know that I'm not there, but the attitude, no, the attitude that one carries towards or approaching such a situation is, I know that I am not perfect. I know that I cannot do it. I know that this is something that yes, but there is a possibility of trying, and through that, uh, they see that they cannot change themselves, or they see that they cannot change their surroundings, but they see that if the Lord's mercy is there, and with my endeavor, when these both things come together, then I can make a positive change. So this is the uh, successful or positive approach. And then there is another approach that, okay, yeah, it's too complicated for me. Ah, come on, I cannot trust at this moment. Or no, I have so many problems because of that. I'm not having taste for Bhagavad-gītā. I'm not understanding it properly. I think this is not for me. And then from that moment, not taking to Bhagavad-gītā and giving up the whole idea. So, which is a negative approach. Of course, one can come from impersonalism or Mayavad philosophy, and then they say, hey, there is no duality, there is no positive, there is no negative. Huh? There is only Maya. Mm. We can find our own ways how to avoid, how to escape from knowing the reality. But the absolute truth is that we are servants of the Lord. This truth, if we know today or tomorrow, yeah, it's only like, yeah, we are postponing our journey back to Godhead. With that, I'll be very happy if someone would like to start reading this verse, and then we go through the session today.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Buddhir-jnanam asammoha kshama satyam dhamah samah sukam dukkham bhavo bhayam chabhyam mevacha ahimsa samatatushtis tapodanam yasho yashah bhavanti bhavabhutanam matta eva prutagvidah. Translation: Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. Purport. The different qualities of living entities, be they good or bad, are all created by Krishna, and they are described here. Intelligence refers to the power to analyze things in their proper perspective, and knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter. Ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge. Knowledge means knowing the distinction between spirit and matter. In modern education, there is no knowledge about spirit. They are simply taking care of the material elements and bodies. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. Asammoha, freedom from doubt and delusion, can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely he becomes free from bewilderment. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution. Kshama, tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others. Satyam, truthfulness means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Facts should not be misrepresented. According to social conventions, it is said that one can speak the truth only when it is palatable to others. But that is not truthfulness. The truth should be spoken in a straightforward way so that others will understand actually what the facts are. If a man is a thief, and if people are warned that he is a thief, that is truth. Although sometimes the truth is unpalatable, one should not refrain from speaking it. Truthfulness demands that facts be presented as they are for the benefit of others. That is the definition of truth. Control of the senses means that the senses should not be used for unnecessary.
Varsha Mataji can read from here
Yes, Prabhu.
if she is there. Yeah, thank you, Dinesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Control of the senses means that the senses should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, one should restrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts. That is called sama. One should not spend one's time pondering over earning money. That is a misuse of thinking power. The mind should be used to understand the prime necessity of human beings, and that should be presented authoritatively. The power of thoughts should be developed in association with persons who are authorities in the scriptures, saintly person and spiritual masters, and those who are thinking is highly developed. Sukham, pleasure or happiness should always be in that which is favorable for the cultivation of the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for the cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected. Bhava, birth, should be understood to refer to the body. As far as the soul is
That
concerned,
is Bhava.
Bhava.
That is Bhava.
Yeah, yes, sorry, Prabhuji. Bhava, birth should be understood to refer to the body. As far as the soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death. That we have discussed in the beginning of Bhagavad-gītā. Birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material world. Fear is due to worrying about future. A person in Krishna consciousness has no fear because by his activity he is urged to go back to the spiritual sky, back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, his future is very bright. Others, however, do not know what their future holds. They have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are therefore in a constant anxiety. If we want to get free from anxiety, then the best course is to understand Krishna and be situated always in Krishna consciousness. In that way, we will be free from all fear. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.37, it is stated, Bhayam dviti ya abhinivisheshtaha syat. Fear is caused by our absorption in the illusionary energy. But those who are free from the illusory energy, those who are confident that they are not the material body, that they are spiritual parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who are therefore engaged in the transcendental service of the Supreme Godhead, have nothing to fear. Their future is very bright. This fear is a condition of person who are not in the Krishna consciousness. Abhayam, fearlessness is possible only for one in Krishna consciousness. Ahimsa, non-violence, means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion. Material activities that are promised by so many politicians, sociologists, philanthropists, etc., do not produce very good results because the politician and philanthropist have no transcendental vision. They do not know what is actually beneficial for the human society. Ahimsa means that people should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of human body can be achieved. The human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commission which do not further that end commit violence on the human body. That which furthers the future spiritual happiness of a people in general is called non-violence.
Yep, we'll cover this part and then continue. Yep.
Hare Krishna.
Varsha Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is a very, very important verse. And also helps us to understand, yeah, the source of everything. And in that we say buddhi gnanam asammoham, yeah, kshama satyam dama samaha, and then sukham dukkham bhava bhavo, yeah, bhayam chabhyam evacha. So this part we have covered, or no, even ahimsa samatha tulya, that will come later. So here different qualities of the living entities are all created by Krishna, and they are described here as we discussed in the past, that the cause of our suffering is not Krishna, because he has created it. uh, it is not that he has created it, just like a prison house or a jail is there in a society, in a country or in a city. Why? Because if someone misuses one's free will, then in that in that case, the government would like to help such people who do not understand what is the real purpose of life, to restrain from such activities which are not good for him, which are not good for the society. So if Krishna is creating source of this bad or evil, hmm, it is still to be understood for what purpose. Because so many can just see, okay, if someone if someone is praising the Lord, a person who is not in favor of seeing other praised, that too because it's not visible, right? If we can see the Lord doing, if he really come to my home with his 2 hands or even 4 hands, if he's really doing everything, then I can understand, okay, God is there. But because I cannot see, then what I doubt is that does God really exist, or is it only in the books? When Lord is existing only in the books, what can he do? Yeah, because we don't see books doing anything, right? Except sitting in a shelf. But these books are not ordinary books. These books activate our spirit and then help us to acquire the knowledge and apply that knowledge for the right purpose. So here we see the intelligence. Intelligence is very important because we consider a person who is most intelligent as a great person. Yeah, for example, when we take, what is this called, IQ, EQ, SQ, I don't know, so many quotients are used to understand who is what, how great he is. So that is a power. And what is that power is engaged in analyzing things. But if they are not analyzed properly, if they are only on a purpose of speculative, because leaving some gaps, okay, if I don't know this, that's okay, let me not accept it. Yeah, that is the approach of a scientist. Because what I don't see, why should I accept it? Yeah, so a scientist, when he cannot see the air, yeah, should he stop breathing? No, he should understand properly. Yeah, ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, para vidya and apara vidya. Yeah, maybe can I ask everyone to be on mute if you're not talking? And it is not accepted here as Krishna as knowledge. Knowledge means knowing the distinction between the spirit and matter. That is at least a minimum, a basic or elementary um, um, criteria to accept something as knowledge. In modern education, there is no knowledge about spirit. They are simply taking care of material elements and bodily needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. One is not discouraged to know about this world. There is also Devi Bhagavatam. One can read that, and even Srimad Bhagavatam. In that also one can read how is the whole creation there, and what kind of metals, what kind of minerals, and everything is described as part of the Visarga. Sarga Visarga. Atra Sargo Visargascha. Sthanam Poshanam. Sthanam Poshanam. Utiyaha. So these are the qualities, characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then comes the Manvantaresha Ishanu Kathaya. Yeah, so then comes, and then Virodha. Yeah, I'm just remembering last. Virodha. Ashraya. There is one word in middle. Anyway, so these are 10 characteristics of either Puranas, Bhagavatam. Yeah. And then, so these details are there, but that knowledge is not the only knowledge, and that's not is the last chapter which is telling. That's not the last conclusions that okay, now you know everything. Now this is what you need to know. Only knowing them is only a partial understanding of the whole, because if you see the whole creation, 2/3 of the creation is spiritual world. Only 1/3 is about material world, and in that 1/3 is also the planets and everything are so tiny that hardly one can see. Of course, for us, we see that we are living in Earth, and in Earth there are so many countries. In so many countries, there are so many cities and towns and etc. We start feeling, oh, but just if we go beyond it, Earth is just a tiny globe, uh, mandala, gola, anda, brahmanda is also this whole universe. Not only the Earth, this whole universe is also very tiny, and in that way, so many universes come. So many universes get dissolved. So much is there, which is not, which is still telling about matter, which is not, it's not spiritual science only. It's still telling about the matter only, but that is just very fragmental. This is what even Krishna is going to tell in the end of this chapter. That all these things is just a spark of my energy through which all these things are manifested. And then we come to asamoha. Moha means attachment and kind of delusion. Asamoha means freedom from doubt and delusion. So one should not blindly accept philosophy. Yeah. Then the spirit of knowing should be there. The spirit of knowing should be there, so that one is stable, dridha, dridha vrataha. A person can be stable uh, when there is no temptations, there is no problem. When there is no trouble, no problem. But when these things start attacking, when these things come upon us, are we steady? Are we still having clarity? Are we still having a that these things are unfavorable? Uh, that is called freedom from doubt and delusion. It can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. So it is not an option to not know about the Lord. Because if we don't know the greatness of the Lord, what we will think is that, oh, what I know is great, I am great, or things are great, nature is great, sun is great, sunlight is great. In that way, we only see the greatness of the Lord detached from His own self. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution. So we cannot just say, it's too complicated for me, let me accept it. Or we should say, it's too complicated for me, let me not accept it. No, we have to approach. I think that is what is mentioned below. That nothing should be accepted like that, but one should approach a spiritual, a saintly person and spiritual. I think that will come in a, it comes here. Um, anyway, we'll go through that. So here we're saying that mm, mm, yeah, it's not that we just blindly follow something, because blindly following something can always have a risk of not staying long for us with us. Then we keep changing the parties from one party to the other party to the other party, and then finally give up because we finally didn't get, because we didn't have faith in those. And in that case of doubt. But then the question will come, okay, I have so many doubts. I have so many doubts. Where to start? Bhagavad-gītā. I have so many doubts. Will I be successful? Yes, because so many, yeah, Bhagavad-gītā is saying so many people, sages have been successful. I have so many doubts, but maybe I am different. No, yeah, Krishna didn't say that it is Sudama, you are different. It's not that only I will not understand. By the grace of the Lord and saintly persons, spiritual masters, this knowledge is imparted. But what is that? Not accepting blindly, but approaching a spiritual master. Tadvidhi pranipratena pariprashnena sevaya upadesyanti te gnanam gnanena sattva darshinaha. So that is clearly telling that if one approaches a spiritual master and serve him and please him and submissively inquire him from him, then being satisfied by the service, of course, he's not getting credit of that service. He's not taking it. He's just passing to the next guru and guru and guru. It goes up to the Lord. That is a true spiritual master. And in that way, he is passing on all the credits that he is getting to the next level, not keeps for himself. And thank the Lord and his spiritual masters and parampara for whatever mercy he has casted upon. So in that way, and then being pleased, then he is um, um, taking up the questions. So in that way, we see that one should have this attitude of submissiveness in asking question. Either it's not good to blindly follow or boldly challenge. Yeah, there is some a better approach, because by boldly challenging, we are closing our ears because we don't want to hear. It's more of a, or we, I mean, we may feel that we have not closed our ears, but our walls of acceptance, walls of rejection become so thick that no, first I need to understand this, then only I can move forward. Yeah, yeah, then it will take even more time um, to really appreciate. And in this challenging spirit, what one can do is they cannot even approach a spiritual master, they cannot serve him. And when they cannot approach and serve him, what is happening is, yeah, Krishna is saying, but knowledge is shared, realization is shared for people who are humble, who can accept it. Because this person or because so and so person is not able to appreciate what he's going to get. So the spiritual master or this knowledge, the Lord is not, uh, granting, so to say. Okay, Kshamaha. Kshama means tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. This is so important in our movement. In Kshama means to forgive. We want to be forgiven if we make mistakes, thinking that this is not such a big mistake. Okay, yeah, because okay, even if we make a big mistake, we really want to be forgiven so that we don't incur the sinful reaction of offending someone. Huh? Even in forgiveness, what we are saying is we are not seeing uh, the the inconvenience that we caused to a person. We are asking forgiveness so that at least I will not have negative karmic reaction. That is not true forgiveness. Forgiveness is as not even to take offense, not that to take. So first of all, we approach a person to, yeah, if someone, yeah, if we make a mistake, we genuinely ask forgiveness. Yeah, sometimes the ego clashes come in. Sometimes we think, what will the person will think if I now ask forgiveness? Am I becoming his subordinate? Am I becoming his servant? Or am I accepting it? No chance. No. By forgiving, we are actually growing. We are actually going above. our own limitations above other person's limitation. In that way, forgiveness is always only beneficial. There is no question of kind of, okay, now a misuse or exploitation. That's why we don't want to become lower to anyone. Huh? No. With forgiveness, we will win people. But not like, okay, going to that person and saying, I forgive you. Huh? What you have done, I forgive you. No, it's not that. We don't even take offense if someone is doing something to us. At the same time, when we do something knowingly, unknowingly, we also very genuinely ask, not for clearing ourselves, not to have a obstacle-free bhakti, but we care and we concern that it hurts others for what knowingly, unknowingly I have committed. So this is very important for our own advancement. And tolerance. Tolerance is in Kali Yuga, I think the weight of tolerance is going lighter and lighter. Why? Because people don't have time. Everything we want to happen now itself. And in that, we don't have time to wait for the right moment, right place, right circumstance. And then what we do is, with not knowing things, not learning things properly, what we do is we jump into saying, oh, come on, how many times you do like this? How many times I have to tell you like this? You do the same thing again and again. Rather, this quality of tolerance is so important that we see that, we understand how to practice tolerance is by understanding that I am not the supreme power, I am not the supreme proprietor, I am just only a very minute person of control. The real controller is the Supreme Lord. So I may have my plans, I may want things one way, I may want things the other way, but the reality is that the Lord also has plans. The other person also is not just a thing, he also has plans. So we see from our knowledge, from our understanding, from the spiritual guidance, we say, okay, this is what is to be done, and we try to do it. If the success is not coming, we are very patiently tolerant. If someone is opposing us, again we should be tolerant. We don't just go up and say, hey, how dare, did you understand Bhagavad Gita properly? I understood Bhagavad Gita, so now come. No, we are tolerant that other people also are uh, mm, appreciating by themselves. Yeah? Tolerance. If someone wants um, out of envy, if someone wants to cause inconvenience, either we move from that place, and otherwise we, if we can handle it with the quality of tolerance, we can stay there and wait for the moment when the person genuinely wants our help, because ultimately every one of us want to be friends and want to help each other. It is only sometimes difference of ways of working, but ultimately the same goal. So we have to see case to case and appreciate, and for knowing that, for to see case to case what is important, we need to wait. That is what is tolerance. So kshama is very important to practice. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others. Then we go to satyam, and the satyam is very important. And in this way, anyway, all these are so important qualities that we should. Yeah, there are like 30 qualities. Here there are only few mentioned. Satyam, yeah, is truthfulness. The problem is how to know the absolute truth. Yeah, because the truth is, everyone speaks that this is the truth, but in that truth, which is the real truth, or which is the top level or high level or supreme or superior truth, there is this dharma, paradharma. Dharma is one level up, and then paradharma and sarva dharma. Krishna is saying sarva dharma parinjamcha mamekam sharanam raja. So Krishna is saying, there are so many dharmas, there are so many truths. There are so many truths, but then one should not use the truths for one's own benefit. Okay, let me take one truth and apply that so that I'll acquire a lot of followers or I will get a lot of benefit. Truth is not for that. Truth is to lead a life of truthfulness. First, we practice this. Yeah? And of course, because it is such a very tough thing to follow a truthful life, as much as possible we do it, and we are very genuine that we are not perfect. That is also truth. Because we are covered. We are in this material world, so we cannot be perfect. So the truth should be spoken in a straightforward way. And when we are speaking, the genuinity, is should be helping us to speak straightforward. Satyam, Priyam, Hitam. This truth should be spoken such a way that it should be Hitam. It should cause auspiciousness to others. I think there is that we came across somewhere. Palatable. That is a different thing. Auspiciousness is one thing and palatable is another thing. Palatable is something we are talking Priyam. But in this Priyam, if we don't, if there is no Hitam, then it becomes only palatable. If someone is telling, um, one speaks truth only when it is palatable to others, then there might be never an opportunity. I don't know who is in the call. Let me quickly check. For that matter, so Sindhu Mataji, if we see that truthfulness is there, and only when one is accepting, only then I will tell. Will there be a time coming? What is the hope that the day will come?
Uh, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear. Yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji. The truth is truth, or Prabhuji, like I didn't get the question, like what you want.
No, I mean truth. Yeah. So here we see that when we are speaking truth, Satyam, it should be Hitam and Priyam. Yeah. So it should also be very pleasing. Yeah. It shouldn't be that it should hurt other person. But if we keep waiting that other person may hurt, and if we don't speak truth, will it ever happen? Sometimes you see that no, the person is not at all, because he is in a world of himself or his own. And then what may happen is, we see in this world so many people, they say, hey, we have a great life, we uh, you know I never know what is the problem. For them, how can we wake them up? Hmm? Because truth is the means through which we need to preach and elevate, right? Every one of us, if we are really friends of someone. So you have a school friend, if you have a school friend and she is having a great life, she has a big house, she has nice car and nice society, fame and everything, because you are following Bhagavad-gītā, because on that strength, you know what is right, what is truth. The truth is that all those things are going to end one day, isn't it? We can have a very nice, for that, let's say you have a friend in US and she is very rich, very settled, so you make a phone call to her and you are talking, and when you're talking to her, yeah when it comes, you have to say, okay, you understand that she is lost in material opulences, or material comfort, and the truth is that this is not the real life. How do you approach this situation? What will you tell her?
Yes, Prabhuji. If I come to that situation, I can say her that okay, these are all the material things. The truth is one which is ultimate and which cannot be changed.
Mm-hmm.
Through Bhagavad-gītā, we are confirmed, we are assured that Krishna is the truth, that he is the God.
Yeah, but they don't want to act because they don't accept Bhagavad Gita. What to do?
Then we have to convince her that according to the situations, like life is full of ups and downs, and one has to accept the situation. And
But they don't want to hear like that. They think, come on, this is only she is only scaring me.
Mhm.
Yeah, your friend is thinking because see, if you know hunger, if you are going through hunger, then if someone is coming and tell you, hey, are you hungry? Yes, you have tasted it, you have experienced it, but she has not experienced it, right? She doesn't know Krishna. She doesn't know that there is something beyond her material happiness. You
means
know the truth. Yeah.
yeah, Prabhuji. Like if she experienced material happiness, she didn't know what is hunger and what is other problems that in the world.
No, she has na, because that's why she eats. That is there. Yeah, it's not that okay. She's always eating without hunger. Yeah, she may also go through that. No, why I was giving that example was that experiencing material suffering and enjoying material comfort. This is all what we have learned from the college, school, universities, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hello.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
But then how do we tell this truth? Because we know this truth. We are following this truth.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry that I put you on hot seat. Yeah, this is a question for everyone.
Yes, Prabhuji. But there is
No, this is very important, right? Hmm.
but there is a like we have mental peace, Prabhuji. Like when we are connected to Krishna, so there is other mode of happiness that no one can experience. Like if they are in material happiness, they don't know what is this real happiness, I can say. They are in the mode of enjoying, and they
Yeah.
didn't know
Then
who
they
is.
will say that you also don't know. Yeah. But then Sindhu Mataji, your friend, she will also say, you don't know what happiness is. Yeah, because happiness is what I am having. Yeah, every day I'm able to. There are so many people coming to me and saying, hey, you did that great, this great, and so much. Everyone are, and I have so many and arranging everything. And this is happiness. I think you don't know what is having peaceful sleeps. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm genuinely saying your friend, she is very happy. She doesn't feel any pain.
That happiness till what extent, Prabhuji? This body is like not permanent, and everyone has to face this the four things like birth, old age, death, and disease. um, so at that time, even if they are so rich, and if they got sick, the first thing they remember is God,
Mm.
even if they are so rich. And yeah, they believe, if they are atheist, at least they believe in doctor. So some other person,
Mm.
they are rely on the other person.
Yeah.
So somewhere they have to get this mm, they have to
Yeah.
come out of this richness. And
Yeah. Very, very, very valid point. So, which means that whatever happiness they are going through, it looks like it's only for this lifetime. Yeah. But again, that is only a truth that we know. Yeah. That is a truth that we know, but how come other person accept it? Yeah, anyone would like to help out this conversation?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
I think this question is valid in our current context, because I think when Srila Prabhupada also wanted to preach, the entire world is completely materialistic, and the conviction he had, I mean, we are not even 0.0001% of it, but still the preaching started to people who are not even, who doesn't even know about Krishna during that time. I mean, if we have to convey this truth to the people uh, who are not into Krishna consciousness, then all these basic uh, things that we learned, like invite them to have prasadam, or involve them in general discussions, or invite them to festivals like Nagar Sankirtan, uh, or Radhayatra, where they are at least invited to have a to at least they are invited so that they can see Lord in some way.
But I think Dinesh Prabhu, as soon as what you are doing is you are giving a very religious perspective, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, but normally if we speak to a non-devotee regarding a context of spirituality, then probably they will boldly challenge, as you said earlier.
No, even now what you are saying, right? As soon as when you talk about God, yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that again is on a different level platform, right? So yeah. Anyway, thanks Dinesh Prabhu. Sindhu Mataji, thank you so much. Yeah, I really liked the way the conversation went, where we come to a point where we genuinely appreciate devotion, but when we see to speak the same truth to others, we are scared. Yeah, the actual point, what we can take it from that is we are scared because think, what will happen to my relation? Will she ever like me? Because now she thinks about me that I am following spiritual life, and people may think that, oh, what is the spiritual is inferior. It is so funny, right? Thinking that spiritual people are inferior. Huh? Who can think like that? Hmm? If someone is practicing spirituality, they see, hey, these people, they are foolish, very inferior. Who do that way, who think that we are expert, we are materialist, knowledge and everything is going. They tend to think like that. Rather, our shastras are telling completely opposite. The materialists are modhas, isn't it? It's so truth. That is what we learn through scriptures. And of course, if Sindhumata, you still have this question, so how do I preach her? Yeah, the way is that friendship bridges the gaps. Yeah, but never move away from truthfulness. It's not that bridging gaps now, then I'll start going for parties to be part of that. No, we don't have to. Yeah, we can still stick to ourselves, but always uh, we should understand these qualities are so important that when it comes to a truth, I'm not giving my opinion. I'm not giving my opinion. I am speaking from the direct words of the Lord. That is what we talk about, speaking only truth. Yeah, just okay. we see so many, I mean, in Kali Yuga, or at least in last 50 years, there are so many marriages that are broken because of difference of opinions, and it's not because they have spoken truth. No? The relations don't break just because someone is speaking truth. The relation breaks because someone is hiding truth. Why? Can someone say why? Hmm? Because truth is like fire, it will emerge at one time or the other. No one can hide because it is truth, which is the Lord. So, because of and because of this thinking that I want to gain in relationship by speaking false, that approach is condemned. It is not that we are speaking palatable, we are speaking trustworthy, and trust is built on truthfulness. Any questions on so far these qualities?
Hare
I
Krishna.
don't know, maybe today we might. Yes. You didn't like me? Okay, go on.
No, Prabhuji. I have a question. So
Yeah, go on.
whenever we have to convey truth to someone, that is something like even we should have some sort of qualification, right, Prabhuji, to say it, or can we say it straight away that because we read it in scriptures, so we wanted to convey it, but then
No, as I said, no. So as no, I got it. What you're saying is, what is
yes,
our qualification to speak truth?
yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, the qualification truth, and we just pass. Yeah, and this is coming because of the person envy, the other person, right? Who is getting. If other person has his own screens or filters, not taking it to him, he would just start first checking, who are you to tell me? First, someone is telling to us, we think, hey, who are you to tell me? Our mind, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I see that behind you, there is the Lord who is orchestrating that this truth comes to me. Do I have any problem to see what is your qualification? The question may come, but how? Yeah, when you are saying that, yes, based on Bhagavad-gītā, this is what so and so. Yeah, I mean, if we are talking to a devotee or who understands, if we say this is what to reach to that level, but I just want to share. This is the first thing that we always, I mean, I had this challenge. Yeah, because 15 years, 20 years back, people were saying me, um, um, uh, a teacher. A teacher means one who knows everything and then speaking. And when I was preaching, I had this question for myself: come on, why are they preaching? Are they already at that level to teach? Because in our universities, the principal is, and after checking all the qualifications,
Prabhuji, your
only
voice
after
is
then he is
breaking.
granted to. The future of children is in the hands of the teacher. Okay, let me change the network.
Or is it only for me? I don't know.
Yeah, for me also the voice is pretty.
Is it better now? I changed the network.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So where I was, till where you could follow?
I mean, 15 years back, you had this experience.
No, I had the same question. Like, okay, teacher means one should already know everything. He should be qualified, certified. Then only he can, he should speak. Yeah, this is what we do in the schools, universities. Yeah, but in preaching, the approach is different. Though the action is same, but the approach is different. So a preacher, yeah, in this case, like what we tried genuinely is, we are passing what we are getting even before we are applying it and being successful. Why? Because in this preaching process, what we are doing is we are strongly relying on the authentic uh, transmission of this divine knowledge by the Lord, who is resting inside the heart of everyone. And in this process, what we are saying is, what I know, I'm sharing. Don't we do that? Hmm? For example, if you have been to Switzerland, right? Yeah, you have been to Switzerland, and then you come and I'm asking, can you please tell me, because next month I'm going to Switzerland. Then you are telling it. Are you getting a guide certified? Hmm?
No, Prabhuji.
You're not going for any certification that I'm a certified guide for Switzerland, right? You're just sharing what you know, what you have experienced. And then what I'm doing, I'm taking this and I'm applying it and I'm having my own trip. And when it comes to preaching, yeah, when we are talking about what we are doing is, yeah, we see that these are the principles that are needed before I can really become perfect and be able to come and start teaching, not preaching. Yeah, yeah. Why to waste this time? Yeah, it's not that if you have bought a house, you don't have to learn whole electricity, water supply, how everything is working. Then you want to enter into the house. You can already start using what you know, and whatever you don't know, you will start acquiring that knowledge. Yeah, you see the approach, a difference between a preaching and a teaching.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of this preaching is to come to, so that give an initial taste and then connecting it to the teacher who has realized. So there is no harm, yeah, because sometimes we think that, hey, how what qualification he has to do to speak, yeah, to just share what we know. What is the problem? Hmm? Varsha Mataji, what do you say? No?
Yes, Prabhuji, I totally agree.
Huh? What do others say? Isn't it? Isn't it very nice? What we are knowing, we are just sharing.
Prabhuji,
Hmm.
for the preaching, will the age depends. Suppose the other person is like very experienced, like he's more than my age, or if she's like, so will they accept my words? Like, who are you to say? Like, they can ask
I'm
me.
I'm
So
fortunate here. Venimada Prabhu is here. He asked this question long back. I hope he remembers the answer also. Venimada Prabhu, if such situation comes, yeah, if elders are there, uh, will they hear to us when we speak?
Prabhuji, I forgot the answer, but what I remember until now, that tell to them, if they follow, okay. If not, leave it.
Nice philosophy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, Sindhumataji, what age factor? Why we have this age factor is we have the Vaishnava etiquette, or yeah, we have social etiquettes that we respect elders, isn't it? So then when we are speaking with elders, we cannot transgress this while we speak. Preaching is allowed. There is no restriction that we should not preach to elders. Yeah, but the likelihood of them knowing more is high, and but still, when we understand from the shastras that okay, they need additional information to kind of have a better understanding, yeah, we can. We can tell to elders. But again, when we are telling to elders, it should be through our actions. Veni Prabhu, that was what I told to you. Yeah. If you remember how to preach, yeah. The best way of preaching is by our own way of living.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So just by seeing us, how genuinely and uh, how genuinely we are practicing, that has a huge impact than many words. Isn't it, Sindhu Mataji? If we ourselves
Yes,
don't
Prabhuji.
follow, but we think, okay, even I mean, just now I said, right? Even before we follow, we are telling, that is too much what do you call? Hypocritical. Yeah, I am telling you to do something, but I'm not doing. Then who will follow? You yourself say, what is this? Sudama Prabhu himself doesn't do it. Huh? He's only telling. No, preaching means what I am learning, I am following. It is not like an insurance policy that I am not taking, but I'm just asking you to take it. Because come on, it is very good for you. But why are you not taking? Why am I not taking? Obvious question, right? Then other person will think, when you don't take it, why are you asking me to take it? Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So
It's clear. Thank you.
achar, prachar. Achar is very important, not achar. Achar is also very tasty, pickles. But achar, prachar. This should go in hand. If we don't follow, or if we don't even attempt to follow, but if we want others to follow, because wow, this is a great thing. Why? Because if other person will follow, then I'm happy. Why? Because then he knows or she knows, so that when they know, they will not trouble me. But for what? Yeah. So in that way, what we are doing is we are improving ourselves, and whatever we know which helps us to improve, we are also sharing with others. And of course, when we are sharing with others, then we see if they are at of our age, how do we deal with them? If they are above our age, how to deal with them? If they are below our age, or yeah, so to say, based on those, there are ways of how to approach. I mean, age is one priority, but then there is also seniority. Seniority is not based on age. We know how young was Sukadeva Goswami. We know how when Suta Goswami was speaking, how old were the sages who were sitting in the assembly. Why? Because though these speakers were very young, but they carried such purity, realization with them. Because they had such a purity, that's why they are um attracting, irrespective of age, irrespective of um, the philosophies, because they're just seeing, oh, just to see Sukadev Goswami is so nice. Why? Because he's completely detached. How to know? Yeah, he doesn't stay in a house more than the time it takes for milking. For milking, how much time it will take? Adirasa Prabhu? Hmm?
Maybe
Not
half an
not
hour.
more than hours. Yeah,
Yeah.
not more than hours, right? That too, he goes there only for their benefit. Then we see, so nice. Why don't we also see like that? Okay, of course, he's a very elevated personality, but these qualities are needed. Somewhere we start. Yeah, Sindhu Mataji, I don't know if I answered your question, but
Yes, Prabhuji.
I
It's
was
clear,
giving
Prabhuji.
just a perspective.
No, it's clear, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Venimada Prabhu, clear, na? That time we spoke about this.
Yes, Prabhuji. And His Holiness Bhaktibhushan Swami Maharaj also mentioned that if you are preaching, try to tell them that you are also you are also trying to follow. Sometimes there are always up and down, so that they can understand. If you are telling that very high philosophy and if you are not able to follow that one, definitely they will point out.
Yeah. So no one likes hypocrites, right? No one want to be in association of people who does something, who tells something. Everyone wants association of people who are very genuine. In that genuinity, we may be treated low, but that is our truth, right? We are not so realized personalities that we have not done any mistakes. It's not that we have not have any ill feelings or bad qualities for others. No, we all have all these things. With that, what we are doing is that in spite of all these problems, we are practicing Krishna consciousness. That is a character that we appreciate in everyone. Yeah, so this is what, I also heard His Holiness Kadam Karan Maharaj also was referring how to attract, how to have power in strength in preaching. I think there was this Neha Mataji, her husband from Australia. He was asking, Maharaj said, we just are very open. We are very open. It's not like, okay, I know everything and I follow everything. Yeah, to whatever capacity I am doing, I am open. It should be our life is an open book, no secrets. It should be very, very clear to everyone. It should be open book. The moment we start closing, then there is something we are keeping inside. Just like a door which is open. It is open for everyone. Then there is a fear. Oh, someone will come and. But if we say, hey, there is something only valuable for you to take, and I have no problem. You can take as much as you can, whatever I have, you can take. So that openness and genuinity, helps us in making ourselves genuine effort. Otherwise, what will happen is we are, Sindhu, there will be a mismatch for ourselves. Our mind is at one level, our body is at our other level, and both don't fit together, and we have this identity crisis. And then when there is identity crisis, anyone can simply uh, uh, mm, we get into their hands, right? Yeah, and then that becomes more difficult because we ourselves are not following truthfulness to even ourselves, our own self. Forget about telling truth to others. We are not even following truth for ourselves. Yeah, thanks. This is a very nice point that we are discussing. Yeah, which is very important for preaching. Not only preaching, preaching is next level. First for our own self. Yeah, this is very important. Any other questions or comments? Suryatej Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I had a question regarding the same topic.
Yes.
So we have so many friends, and among those, let's say if I have some two or three friends who are very close to me, and I really want good for them to lead a good life, and I'm a well wisher for them.
Okay.
And I know that when I say the same thing, and let's say they're following the same life as you told Sindhu Mataji, they are very happy with their lifestyle, and very materialistic lifestyle. But when I say that please take this path, I know two of them would listen. At least they would listen me out, and then they would try to follow it or not. But I know the third person will come to a debate, and he will do it very bluntly. In Telugu, they say Vitanda Vadana. I don't know a perfect English word for that.
Counter attacking.
By hook or crook, they want to prove themselves right, and
even in such kind of tempting situations, if we follow truth, na?
Yes.
So we should understand our position.
Yes, but a few times it happened to me that the opposite person won't let you speak.
Okay. That's okay, right? When he has so much to offer, let he or she go on. I understand. Yeah. Anyway, finish your question, then we can discuss.
Yes. So, but the fact here is, I am not offended by it, but I really want, I'm a well wisher to him or her, and I really want to convey what I want to tell. But when the other person is not ready to hear, how can we approach these situations?
Okay. I think you're not all alone, right? I think all of us, everyone also, yeah, has situations like that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. If not, then you're not having friends. Sorry. So Surya Teja Prabhu, this is how do we say that? Yeah. Because we are developing good qualities, we also see the benefit of these good qualities. We also want that our friends also benefit from these kind of good qualities. That is what is the spirit. Now, there is a rain, yeah, in your place. The rain is falling on all the houses equally, yeah, or the whole area equally, right? It is falling on the grass. It is falling on the roof of the house. It's falling inside the lake. Yeah, you have wonderful lake there. So if the water is falling on the roof, what is happening is that it's not going inside the house, of course, thankfully. Yeah. A cup which is turned upside down, and if you start pouring rain, what can happen?
Yeah, not even a drop enters into the cup.
Yeah. Then you see an opportunity when the cup is turned properly. Yeah. Of course. Now the question is coming, should we really wait? Shouldn't we really say, okay. Yeah, but someone, if they want to just sit inside this cup so that they don't want the rain to come, what will happen, They will starve, right? There is a rain that's falling, and then you just cover yourself inside that kind of, in India, we have this, in Sri Shailam or different places now, there is this a round boat. I don't know what is it called. Teppa, yeah.
Yeah.
So round, yeah. And then, yeah, the person is, yeah, we know when there is a heavy rain, the water gets into this boat. Yeah, this is like a saucer. But just the same boat, if on the beach side, if it is turned upside down, right? What is happening? There is no question of water entering in. So then there is a purpose for it. Some people do not want because they have got totally exploited in their life, or their people. There are so many factors to understand why a person has turned his boat upside down. Ideally, we want the boat so that we can cross over the ocean, right? I mean, in a big scale, like we want to cross over this. I mean, we have this boat, which is this body, and we want to sail out and be successful. But some think that no, this body has a different purpose. Let me polish it. Let me not do anything. Let it not get into the lake or river or anything, not in the water stream. What is happening? Then you are coming, and what you are seeing is, yeah, you are seeing what quality in them can appreciate them to turn upside down into normal. No? So what you say is, okay, come on, you have such a nice boat. You have such a nice boat. You know what? Why don't you help others with this boat to carry? Hmm? Yeah, Surya Teja Prabhu. Yeah, everyone is in a mode of service, or if they are too much, yeah. You have so much wealth now. It's so nice. You know what? I came across that so and so people community. They are really starving, and if you do this, it's such a great thing that you are doing to them. For you, it's nothing. Yeah, for you to. I mean, you have everything. It's so nice. You can also do something for them. Yeah, just like how you can help out a situation that other person can appreciate. If he is a person who is a philanthropist, we have to approach through that. And if a person is a miser who doesn't want to spend even one cent. Then what you do if you say, hey, spend for the poor people, will he spend? No. But what you can do is, hey, it's so nice that you have 8 hours, maybe one day of your a week. How nice it will be if we can work out for them, do something and offer them to them. This is also an option. So we have to see what is the person can really start from. If we give the topmost philosophy, he will never start. We have to give from a level what a person can appreciate.
Yes, Prabhuji, I accept completely.
Yeah.
It will be a good start.
Yeah. So from there we start, because we don't want to mess up our friendships, right? After all, it's not only the spirituality, and now we have become a different person and we give up. But what we do is that we try to maintain from our side. I mean, other person, whether he want to maintain or not, that's a different story. We don't have to change ourselves. What we can do is whatever we want to offer, we can offer. If just like the rain is anyway falling. We don't have any discrimination. This boat is turned upside down. Mera pani bekar ho jayega. I will not shower. No, the rain will falling on all. The sun rays is falling on every place. That is there. Why? Because the Lord is well-wisher, Suhradam. So he's want to serve everyone. He's serving everyone. We should also take the same principle, apply. We if someone is coming closer, we give more reciprocation, more attention, just like Lord is also doing. He's saying, I'm impartial, but I am favorable to my devotees. Why? Because they are doing something extra to me compared to others. Yes, same thing. If someone genuinely want to do something extra to us, we also will do extra to them. Only thing is we should be very careful. We shouldn't become dogs. We should be still elephants. Yeah. Not because, okay, I have to come to their level, and because of their level, I have to indulge in this, what do you call, barking. Yeah. In Telugu also there is this, when an elephant is walking in the street, then the dogs will bark, but the elephant doesn't care. I don't know if you know this.
Yes, Prabhuji, I heard it.
Yeah. What does that mean? We should be composed to ourselves. We should not just go into okay, cheap discussions. Okay, now someone is pulling us with some logic and something. No, we are establishing ourselves in this process of bhakti. Yeah, there are so many things that I don't know. There are obviously so many things that I don't uh, uh, not able to follow even after knowing. But still, this path is so powerful, because Krishna is saying, even if one is not able to perfectly follow this, but if at least he has inclination, determination, that is a quality. If one has determination to follow on this path, then he will come to me. This is what Krishna is saying. We don't have to again go back and forth, back and forth. There is a way how to engage in a discussion, right? Even in a classroom, it's not that, okay, student is telling something and then the teacher is telling something. No, there is a structure, right? There is a way how to approach to acquire the knowledge properly. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That is a teaching way. When we come to preaching way, yeah, it's like a relationship that we are building in preaching. It's not like, okay, I want to just tell, but what we are doing is we are just sharing what we are doing. And of course, if other person is challenging our way of living, we don't mind, because the person is not in a position to see where we are, what we are doing. If a person is seeing that, oh, what is happening, this guy, kya ho gaya? Yeah, every moment everyone is going through some change, right? And if a person is not changing, I'm really telling he is having a very, 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 very bored life. He or she may think, wow, it's no, it's not truth. The truth is that if one is not endeavoring any change, if he is just keeping to himself, it is just like Srimad Bhagavatam verse, Charvanam, Charvitam Charvananam, chewing the chewed. Whatever थोड़ा सुख जो मिल गया उसी को करते जाओ यही सोचो कि यही है लाइफ. You follow Hindi also, na?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. We just think that, okay, this is everything. Huh? Come on, now I know the formula of life. I am happy. How to be happy? Don't disturb, don't interfere in others' life. Don't accept if others interfere in our life. Boundaries. And within this boundary, whatever happiness is, this is ultimate happiness. I think you are talking about category this, right? People who are like this. I am happy. Yeah. You don't disturb me. I don't disturb you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone want to share anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
Not to share, I have one question. Can I ask or
Yeah.
later?
If
Okay.
it is related, yeah, please.
It's related to one of the quality that you mentioned, the virtue of ahimsa or the tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
So we say that Brahman.
I think we
the-
didn't come there.
Okay, then
Then
I will ask later.
I didn't speak that. That's only Varsha Mataji spoke. No. Ahimsa was spoken by Dinesh Prabhu. It will come.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. If it is related to this one, then we talk. No worries. Let's still stay to the truthfulness and preaching, because I don't know. Suryatesh Prabhu, this is clear to you now, or?
Yes, Prabhuji. Very clear.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then we'll cover one more. Please bear with me. Kshama, this is very important. Usually, our exchanges with others is affected by lack of this quality. Yeah, to have a successful relation, this is very important: to tolerate and to forgive. Just like how genuinely we are appreciating if someone forgives us easily, so let's also so easily forgive others. And then from here, Varshamataji spoke, control of senses. Control of senses means the senses should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. Now this is a very nice philosophy, and now I came to know about this today, and now I will go and preach. Yes, so nice, but it's a very high level philosophy. Where are we? Where are we? Now we see that, okay, yeah, we see that, okay, it's so nice to have. I'm struggling, but I'm really working out. Controlling of senses. We see that yogis are doing that. There are so many ways, however, and I like this bhakti process in which the controlling of senses is very easy. We don't have to sit in a yoga position, meditate on our Paramatma, or only on meditating on our breath. How long can I do? Or going to forests. Where are the forests? So difficult. I like this bhakti process where controlling of senses is also happening. And at the same time, we are also advancing. It's like a pill without pain. Yeah, there is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual life. So if we really know why we have to control senses, then we really start appreciating it. Why? Because we want to advance spiritually. If we don't know the goal, if everyone is telling, hey, control your senses, control, how much can we control? Can we really control how long? It's not possible. But when we know the gain, what we get is very, very high, then we will have determination to practice sense control. Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, one should restrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts, and that is called sama. Sama. Sama means, yeah, we know one is have equality. Yeah. So equality will come when the mind is not thinking about unnecessary, what benefit I will make out of this, how to exploit the situation for my see, whoa, what will happen if, yeah, no, yeah, keeping mind very clear that we are following the path of devotion, we are following the spirituality, that is what is sama. One should not spend one's time pondering over earning money. That is misuse of thinking power. Yeah, one may think, what is this? If no money, no honey. And its life is not funny. Yeah. So in that way, we want money, right? So if we can say, no, one should not spend one's time pondering. No, I think we should come to an understanding. Yeah, there is this example, right, where um, um a game, right? We always want to be number one in the game. Yeah, and this game of making money also we want to be number one. But this number one, in there's so many people who are competing. We can never be number one. Yeah. Even the person who is in the top, yeah, he always also is thinking, coming to this point that, okay, I don't need money. Isn't it crazy? Huh? Isn't it crazy? Huh? How many of us want money? Tell. Gaurav Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, everyone.
No, tell about you.
Yes, Prabhuji, money I want.
But there are so many who have money, but they don't. They're not interested in money.
Yes,
How foolish are they, right?
they must have got some higher thing.
Yeah. Radhika Mataji, what do you say? Do you need money? Do you want money? Do you want to make money?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Indeed. Yeah.
But no, Prabhupada is saying, hey, don't, what is saying? Don't spend thinking, yeah, for making money, right? Yeah. When everyone is teaching everything, how to earn more money, how to become more qualified, here Prabhupada is saying, don't spend one's time pondering over earning money. Why? Komal Prabhu or Tirumal Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, we need
You
money,
like money?
Prabhuji.
You like money or not?
We don't like money, Prabhuji, but we
But
need
then
money.
give me. Yeah. That's why I asked. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, go on.
For surviving, we need money, Prabhuji. That's it, but not for.
Okay, for surviving. But
Yeah.
then where will it end? The survival which can happen from 1,000 euros to 1 million euros, right? Even, yeah. So what is that value of surviving? I mean, money that we need for survival. If we have this much, we will think how to make it double, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
If we have double, we want to make it double
Triple.
again, and again double and double. So what is happening in this thinking, because when we have so much, we only have 24 hours. And in that thinking, if we spend for these things, for material advancement, How much time do we have for actually spiritual advancement, which is even more priceless? See, why we need money? So that we can buy costly things, isn't it? Today, what we could buy with some 100,000, sorry, 100 euros. Yeah, I wanted not this. I want even bigger. I want to earn even more. Why? Because I want to get even more costly things. That's why I earn more and more and more. But when we know what is that we are losing, which is even more costly, that even we cannot imagine the value of it. For that, if we don't spend time, how foolish are we? Right? Hmm?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yes, Sindhu Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah, I came across some people that they are like 60 plus, and they
Okay.
had so much of money, and they are just have it like they're in a friends group, and they are just having the conversation that yeah, now I have so much of money, I don't know what to do now. This money is
Oh my
nothing
God.
like,
Yeah,
and.
our
I don't know, like they don't know what to do now. Means they are not interested in money, and so yeah, even they are not into bhakti, I can say.
okay.
And
Yeah.
maybe they are in they are good person, and they are in donation to Tirupati or in other temples.
Yeah.
But what is the like how we have to take, like what is the best answer for them, like I don't know.
Give prasadam. At that age, they can only appreciate prasadam.
Yeah.
That to be careful. It should not have sugar. It shouldn't be diabetic diet. It shouldn't have salty for a BP diet. Huh? So yeah, I mean, coming to seriously answering the question, so that's why Prabhupada always says that one should start bhakti at very early age. In this cat race, or what do you call rat race, what we are doing is that we are running, earning money more and more and more, but there is no end until we come to this place or a point that we literally wasted our time, because after all we thought with this I can get everything, but at that age, yeah, they have so much money. What they can do? They can only increase their name and fame by constructing some hospitals. Hmm? We know, na, a Vaishya will always be a Vaishya, right? So how can he change as soon as 40 years or 50 years of age comes? You want to make money double. And unfortunate thing is that all of us have caught up to this spirit, because when we are not following proper Varnashrama system, then everyone wants to become Brahmins, everyone want to become Kshatriyas, everyone want to become Shudras, everyone want to become Vaishyas. Irrespective, no one want to become Kshatriyas. If we really see, either they want to become. That's why these are two classes, but Vaishyas and Shudras. Everyone likes this. Why? Why? Because in Shudra, he has full capacity. There is no offense. Yeah, he can enjoy material life. Yeah, because of mode of ignorance, and in mode of passion, what he want to do? He wants to become a Vaishya. Why? Because then he can benefit from it. He can become more rich and rich and rich, and if he want, he can become a Kshatriya, because becoming a Kshatriya, a ruler, a minister, a president, a prime minister, all that is also related with money. So whether it is Shudra or whether it is Vaishya, whether it is Kshatriya, the only focus is what? How to gain from it, huh? Not for spiritual advancement, but only material advancement, only to gain money. Yeah, isn't it? So how to deal with them? How to do? Yeah, Prabhupada, when he was in US, then he was seeing a group of old people. They gathered together and they were playing some in a park, throwing the ball along the floor, and then they were sitting and husking. Yeah, and then Prabhupada was saying, "See, they are gone case. If you go and tell them, they can't take it." What is the statement that Prabhupada used? New tricks cannot be learned by old dog. I think that that is a saying, right? Old tricks. Sorry, a dog, old dog cannot learn new tricks. I think something like that. I don't know. Yeah, someone would have come across it. So that is what I mean. If someone would have seen Abhay Charan, yeah, that they can come across this. So Prabhupada is saying, yeah, that's why Prabhupada is very, very much focused on the people who can change, the people who can benefit from, so which is youth. So we should also very actively look, yeah, how to help out youth communities, how to help out grahasthas of this age. Yeah, if age of 60, yeah, what we can do is really speak Bhagavatam to them or Bhagavad-gītā if they have taste to them. Yeah, if they have possibility to take prasadam, give prasadam to them. Yeah, and yeah, if they can visit temples, encourage them to go to temples. If they can donate to temples, let them donate to temples if they have so much money. Huh? Because ultimately, yeah, a person who is of that age and he's still not having interest in God, he is already a failure in the life. Hmm? Sindhu Mataji, if you are doing MBBS, right? In 5 years, if you fail even once, you cannot do. Yeah, and then these people have failed for 60 years. Very tough, very tough. Yeah. So how can they benefit? They can when they can take up devotion through this. Yeah, if they can go to a temple, if they come across a sadhu, if they appreciate the glories of such a saint person, yeah, then their life is successful. It's not that they don't have any chance. Yeah, they have a very good chance if they are engaging in some way or the other, directly or indirectly in devotion by giving charities. Yeah, and that charity is purifying them knowingly and unknowingly. And if they have a possibility to visit a temple around, or even if they cannot, this is a very nice program that the temples usually what they do is for people who are super busy, right? The temples are going and giving prasadam. Yeah, so in that way, yeah, one can benefit. Yeah, Sindhu. Yeah, Venimada Prabhu, you were sharing something or asking something?
Yes, Prabhuji. I got a thought that Ambarish Maharaj was a king, even though he has lot of money, he spent in the purpose of Krishna consciousness or in devotional service. Earning is not a problematic,
Yeah.
but how you are spending is more important.
Yeah, we should earn a lot. We should really earn a lot. Yeah, because then we can use a lot in preaching. There is no doubt. Yeah. So if that passion should be there, it's not like, okay, no, money is dangerous. I'm scared of handling money. Yeah. No, it's indeed, yeah, Lord has given his energy and opportunity. We should make best out of it. If you are an expert, you can become a director and CEO and earn a lot of money. Use that in the service of Lord. You're fully blessed
And I
because
heard
that is
from
what.
one devotee Prabhuji in Mumbai. I think he has almost 60 plus years. Still, he will go to the job. He will earn Lakshmi. Maybe he can use 5% of Lakshmi for himself and remaining go to the temple only, ISKCON
Yeah,
temple.
yeah. They are. This is very nice, Venimata Prabhu. So this also means when we go into a retirement life, what we should do is it's not like how we are. Should I invest in mutual funds so that my monthly expenses are covered? Yeah, we should also see how that we can still engage in the service of the Lord. Yeah, thanks for bringing this up. It's very nice point. So that we are also investing for our future, so that we can engage, we can continue to engage in the service of the Lord, not only physically, because that time we think, okay, there is no money. We can also think like that, how we can generate money future so that that money can go for the Lord service. Very nice point. Okay, but Komal Prabhu, clear, right? Now, what we were discussing about money.
Yes, Prabhuji. Clear, Prabhuji.
Yeah. If the earning is for ourselves, the money, then there is no end for it. And when we are earning for the Lord, also there is no limit. What is accepted is when we are earning in the for the service. That's okay. Otherwise, what is happening? We are misusing our mind power. Why? Because it is called Kripana. The nature is Kripana means I have ample opportunity to use my money. Yeah, uh, Kanjus. Kanjus is the one, though he has everything, a lot, but he will not use it. Why? Because oh no, agar if I use it now, it will be over. No, our mind power has a different purpose. If we use it for that purpose, then we are not Kripana. Otherwise, we are misers. Okay. Then last two qualities, then we will close. Yeah, I mean, this way we can keep on discussing and there is no end. Yeah. No, so that is a misuse of thinking power. One, the mind should be used to understand the prime necessities of human being and should be and that should be presented authoritatively. So, and in this connection, yeah, this is what I was referring. So, what is the right way of investing our time and money and energy? How do we know who we have to approach? Develop this in association of persons who are authorities in scriptures, saintly persons, and spiritual masters. This is sadhu, shastra, and guru. Those whose thinking is highly developed. If we go to a newcomer and ask him his advice, the chances of success is less. But if we go to an expert and if we ask him, then he is expert. He can tell what to do. So that is very important. Through that we understand earning money is not important. Spending money is important. Earning money is not a big problem if we know how to spend it properly. Otherwise, yeah, I think I was giving in the Sunday class, no? Or I don't know in which class I gave about this example of this a rishi. Yeah, now I don't know who can help me with the name, but this rishi was performing great tapasya, and because he is successful. If he is successful in this penance, then he can become Indra. And which, yeah, Indra was thinking it is a danger for his own position, and that's why he came. And in a disguise, he came and said, oh, great sage, I have to go somewhere until I come back, yeah, because I have to attend something. Please, can you take care of this sword? I have this sword. You hold it. As soon as I am done with my work, I'll come and pick up. This sage said, okay, let me hold it on into my hand, and he took it. And then after some time he started seeing the shine of the sword, he started seeing the sharpness of the sword, and then all of a sudden a grass blade was cut, and he said, oh, so fascinating, so powerful. And then he started moving his sword the left and right, up and down, and then he started cutting so many animals, trees, and in that way he became sinful. So when we don't know how to use the power, even for a matter of thinking, oh, how can I use it? Let me try. This try is such a dangerous thing. Why? Because we are not having an expert opinion. If we try on that basis with our lack of intelligence, then we will only harm ourselves. Sukham, this is the one that we all want. Pleasure or happiness should always be in that which is favorable for cultivation of spirituality, of spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. So Sukham is really, when we are talking about Hitam and Priyam, sometimes there is a clash between Hitam, what is favorable what is favorable for us, and Priyam, what is that we like it, we really want it, we really desire for it. When there is a clash, what should we do? We should take shelter of scriptures, spiritual knowledge, and understand, is it really favorable? If it really favors for our Krishna consciousness, then we practice. That will give a long-lasting sukham, not immediate happiness, a long-lasting happiness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for cultivation, which means though a guy, example is, I don't know, uh, I think none of us have done that, but some people have the inclination to cheat the exam. What they do is they sit, they don't read all the whole semester. Last day, what can they do? Come on, they are very innocent because they don't have knowledge now to appear for the exam, and they are put in this situation. What they do is they sit in the exam and then they take a sheet paper and they write it, and then they may get marks or they may get caught. Let's say if they have passed, in the eyes of the teacher or invigilator, he could, yeah, not be caught. But Yamaraj is going to, yeah, see what are we doing? Are we living a dharmic life? If not, we have to pay taxes there. The penalty is not avoidable. Yeah. Anyway, so in that way, similar what which is painful for which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for cultivation of Krishna consciousness. We should not do that. Anything favorable for development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected. So that what we'll get is bhava should be understood as body. As far as soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death, that we have discussed. Yeah, I mean referred to Bhagavad-gītā. Birth and death applies to one who thinks he is part of material world. So one should not do that. And when as soon as we are connected to this bodily concept, first thing that comes is fear. Because soul cannot have fear. It's only this body will have. Fear is due to worrying about the future. All of us are worried about future, how to take care of my body, how to take care of my family, how to take. In spirituality, there is no fear, because when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we know that Krishna will definitely take care. But in material world, if I don't take care, who will take care of my family? Will someone will come? No. In that way, we have this fear. So a person in Krishna consciousness has no fear, because by his activities he is sure to go back to the spiritual sky, back to Godhead. Therefore, his future is very bright, very promising. Yeah. Others, however, do not know their future holds. What their future holds, they have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are themselves, therefore, in constant anxiety. So that's why we have to take Krishna consciousness at least for our own happiness. That we don't want anxiety. What is the way? To practice Krishna consciousness. In that way, we will be free from all fear. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the shloka that is telling, I mean, I don't know if this is the one that gives all kinds of bhayam. Yeah, this is the verse that is telling bhayam द्वितीयाभिनिविशता स्याद् ईशाद् अपेतस्य विपर्ययो स्मृतिः तन्माययातो बुधः आभजेत तं bhaktyaik yesham guru devatma. It's saying fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as a material body because of absorption in external and illusory energy. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. This bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency of illusion called Maya. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master who he should accept as his worshipable deity and as his very life and soul. So in that way, this bhayam is also Lord is casting. Why? Because we have this identification with this body. Fear is caused by our own absorption in illusory energy. Yeah, so that's why their future is very bright for one who is in bhakti. Yeah, this fear is a condition of person who are not in Krishna consciousness, whereas abhayam, fearlessness, is possible only for one in Krishna consciousness. And Adirasa Prabhu, we'll discuss about Ahimsa tomorrow. It's already 2 hours. Sorry. Next Sunday.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Then thank you so much for joining. And yeah, let's continue, because these chapters are real treasures. Yeah. While we know the opulences of the Lord, we also know what are the characters, qualities that we need to know. Yeah. When we know the Lord's greatness, we become humble. Yeah. Not that we have become great. That is what is the position that we take after going through these chapters 7 to 12. Yeah. Thank you very much. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I'm
Prabhuji.
getting a call first. I'll pick up and then call you. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji.